the fact that you're out there listening, we're in here talking, shows that there is still a space to combat these false truths and disinformation that's being sold to us, and that it's never possible really to completely shut down, despite all the technologies that they have at their disposal and all the financial and corporate power.
Auto drive now
the
disabled.
physical power. It's never quite possible to shut down people's desire to get to the truth and fight for their own ideologies and values. And we're out here starting that task, so don't give up hope.
You've been listening to Buccaneers. We'll be back soon.
That's kind of suspicious. You're not listening to me.
Think about it. Now all times. Isn't that awfully convenient? I'm not saying it. I'm just saying.
Right.
You know.
No.
We both.
No.
Who benefits? Yeah. Who was the?
Okay.
You know.
Huh?
Know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah. All right.
Something else is what it is.
No, I'm listening. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's great. Absolutely. If you can, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, honestly, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be fantastic. Thank you very much. Yeah.
The dishes, clean the sink, loads of cleaning really. And
Seriously, no, hold on.
being a hermit, innit? I'm communicating when I'm on there. I'm taking in art and culture. It's not like we're defending it or something.
I definitely heard something. That was strange.
You've got a sudden urge to turn on all your mates.
Photo mode, cross button take photo, L3 button advanced options, touchpad button open gallery, triangle button hide UI, L1 button R1 button tilt, directional buttons pan, touchpad button reset camera, hold L3 button plus right stick orbit, R3.
Civilians are not permitted to carry weapons of any kind.
Photo mode, cross button take photo, L3 button advanced options, touchpad button open gallery, triangle button hide UI, L1 button R1 button tilt, directional buttons pan, touchpad button reset camera, hold L3 button plus right stick orbit, R3 button focus, circle button exit.
Suspicious persons shall be flagged for investigation.
Photo mode, cross button take. Effects, chromatic aberration. No color filter. cross button take photo, L3 button close advanced options, L1 button previous category, R1 button next category, touchpad button open gallery, triangle button hide UI, directional buttons navigate, touchpad button reset settings, hold L3 button plus right stick orbit, R3 button focus, circle button exit. Photo mode, cross button take photo, L3 button advanced options, touchpad button open gallery, triangle button. My photos. Albion Station Kennington 27/09/2024 0 cross button place waypoint triangle button delete photo left stick navigate R3 button hide UI, circle button back. Photo mode, cross button take photo, L3 button advanced options, touchpad button open gallery, triangle button hide UI, L1 button R1 button tilt, directional buttons pan, touchpad button reset camera, hold L3 button plus right stick orbit, R3 button focus, circle button exit. Albion Station Kennington, all personnel, this is to make clear that no employee shall move to arrest based solely upon drone profile or data. Build update 20136.1 contained code that caused any citizen whose parent was not British born to be flagged for immediate deportation. Build update 20137.4 has since corrected the error. All citizens of parents not British born will henceforth be flagged for id check alone. Thank you for your attention. Central Division, L1 button switch tab left, R1 button switch tab right, directional buttons prev/next category, circle button back.
Bloody hell! We've got a casualty!
DCI Manta, your D&D is being returned to holding.
Eyes open.
All clear
They
in
could
there.
be anywhere. Drone, initiate search.
Could be anywhere right now.
Nothing here. Redirecting. Searching for target.
CCTV camera number 2431 reporting Bravo Oscar Papa at Strata Tower. Patrol en route.
Base, what's his latest injury? We need assistance to resume patrol. Over. Waiting for further instructions. Over. Yours true. Finally, please advise on new detention protocol. We will never stop.
Exit this van!
Let's fucking tear it up. Stay right there. Profile bringing an alert. No.
Disobedience will be met with force.
The walk-in investigate. Missions, L1 button switch tab left, R1 button switch tab right, cross button track, directional buttons prep/next category, circle button back.
Let's go.
Auto drive now enabled.
He never tidies his bedroom. He gets up late. He listens to illegal, non-government sanctioned music and is covertly plotting the downfall of the government and the restoration of a true democracy. Thank you.
Yeah, just define all your household chores as patriotic. And if they fail to do them, dob them in.
Problem solved.
If you don't do the washing up, do you even want a clean British ethno-step?
This is the bug on the Buccaneer.
The bug.
Well, before we go today, Alice, let's delve into what we most miss about the old days. I'm going to kick off with the flag. I never thought I'd miss the old Union Jack, but somehow our new flag managed to be even more irritating than that. I don't know quite what it is, if it's the new colour scheme, or if it's just that it symbolises the loss of everything we once held dear. But that flag irritates the hell out of me.
Was everything you ever held dear Scotland?
Well, that was something I held quite dear.
I miss being able to dodge my friends' destination weddings in Italy. There's nothing worse than being asked to spend the equivalent of a motorbike on some sort of boat-based farce in Sorrento, and I always used to really enjoy saying, oh no, I can't afford it. Now they're all getting married in Brighton and I have to go to that alleged beach. It's made of rocks, Andy. If your sandcastle is an actual castle, that's not a beach.
Tell you what I miss. I miss free will. That was fun. Remember that? I mean, was it an illusion all the time? Who cares? It felt fun. I miss cash, particularly coins. I really miss coins. The fun of doing a heads or tails best of 5 to see if you had to go to the gym, and then a best of 7, and a best of 9, and then until you won. That was a long losing streak. Now with crypto, all the romance has gone out of heads and tails.
I miss romance, Andy. I miss there being mystery in life and not just a hope that your new partner isn't good enough at hacking to find out all the information the government has on you.
Bye for now, bug fans. Keep feeding the echidna resistance, and one day it will grow into a Tyrannosaurus Rex that will use the Cass family as toothpicks, metaphorically, of course.
This is London Calling. You're here with me, Tash, on Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. In today's world, we've all had to get used to our every move being tracked by the optic on our temples, by the cameras around us, and with every click we make online. Seems like everything we do feeds the big data beast. Why are data giants like Bloom so hungry to get hold of our private information and our metadata? What are they using it for? Will we ever have real private lives again? What is privacy in the digital world? And what happens when capitalism and surveillance become one? As you know, we keep all names confidential on Buccaneer. Speaking from a secure location, here's new technology strategist Charles, who worked all over the world trying to keep democracy strong in the face of the data assault.
If you have enough personal data on somebody, you're able to predict what it is that they're going to do. You can tell what they might be passionate about, but mostly you can tell what they fear. And if you can tell what someone fears, then you can manipulate them and you can move them in particular directions. Data is collected on citizens in every possible way. Data is collected through surveillance cameras. Data is collected from
Auto drive now
sets. They don't
disabled.
even necessarily need to be super smart television sets. Data is collected from voter records. It's collected from how much power do you use in your house and how much water do you use in your house. In pre-crisis Britain, we got really used to all of our services being free. Everything suddenly became free that was digital. But what people forgot is that if you're not paying for it, then you're the product being sold.
If technology brings out the worst in capitalism brings out the worst.
Maybe I'm wrong altogether. They find sense. Lethal force against humans is permitted. Now that I see it.
Now I get suspicious, all from being so ambitious. Now I see the circle vicious, searching for satisfaction, only getting a fraction of that feeling that is fucking up my intuition.
Map 9 Elms, oppressed, sabotage, neutral as VIP, photograph evidence, unlocks mission, the black hole of Battersea, rewards, professional hitman plus skilled operative, tech points, locations revealed, L1 button switch tab left, R1 button switch tab right, L2 view video and R2 button zoom, cross button set waypoint, circle button back.
Holy shit! That's awful!
This is the American Embassy. Hack the server and we should be able to find where Heath Bolton is.
Photo mode, cross button take photo, L3 button advanced options, touchpad button open gallery, triangle button hide UI, L1 BUTTO and R1 button tilt, directional buttons pan, touchpad button reset camera, hold L3 button plus.
You've got a sudden urge to turn on all your mates.
You've got a sudden urge to turn on all your mates.
Good search. I have this one. Drone, begin search.
Clear. Let's move on.
Search protocols engaged. Target will be apprehended. The target has been located.
They must have got away.
Drone, maintain position and guard. Wait. Gunfire! My God.
Get back up to my location.
They could be anyone. You've got a sudden urge to turn on all your mates.
Someone's shooting.
You've got a sudden urge to turn on all your mates.
You, identify yourself. Why are you doing this?
That's a turn-up. The Americans don't know where Bolton is either. They're trying to find him too.
Come again?
I need some time to find more information, but due to the investigation, the State Department had special monitoring set up on Bolton's file. Long story short, you have an Albion response team incoming.
Fucking hell!
Just stay there, don't die, and I'll find us a lead. Your teammate has sought out new accommodations in an Albion holding cell. Have London rents really gotten that bad?
Finally, some action. They won't be arresting me, bruv. You watch.
This is the American Embassy. Hack the server and we should be able to find where Heath Bolton is.
Selvamothi damage.
What's our status of retrieval?
What's her deal, Bugsy?
Albion's hot on her trail. GPS history shows a pattern of raids on locations she's recently visited.
Oi, oi, what have we got here? This seems like something that DedSec might be into.
Got it. I've tracked down an officer who was at the most recent raid. You can scrape their optic for intel.
Missions. Recruit Selvamothi damage. Recruit Selvamothi damage. Rewards. Selvamothi damage. New operative. L1 button switch tab left. R1 button switch tab right. Cross button and track. Square button view in team. Triangle button show on map. Directional buttons prev/next category. Circle button back.
Being locked up is worse than trying to wank one off and the power going out, you know?
Welcome back, fam. Makes you want to fuck their shit up even more, yeah?
Map 9 Elms. Oppressed. Sabotage. Neutralize VIP. Photograph evidence. Unlocks mission. The Black Hole of Battersea. Rewards. Professional hitman plus skilled operative. Checkpoints. Locations revealed. L1 button switch tab left. R1 button switch tab right. L2 view video and R2 button zoom. Cross button set waypoint. Circle button back.
Just trying to keep on the feet. Be more careful next time.
Here.
That brilliant Albion goon left their optic on passive listening mode. Must have skipped counter-surveillance day in fascist school. They might have recorded something about our prospect.
Right then, let's get you that data.
1013.
Your comrade is now taking an Albion-mandated timeout. You're up.
Well, I'll make a point of kicking some extra Albion arse for their sake then.
That's him.
You've got a sudden urge to turn on all your mates.
Well done. Now get out of there so we can take a look at what you've got. Just as I thought. Take a listen to this.
You find the drugs cache?
Right where you said. Aren't we lucky?
Told you not to worry. We've got that acid over a barrel. The goods will always be where they need to be.
Is that what passes for coded language with these thick twats? Anyway, it looks like the woman we're after isn't being hunted by Albion after all. She's planting evidence for them.
All right, I should go chat with her. Set up a one-on-one, Bagley.
As a state has become a complete surveillance paradise.
I think you're painting a bit of a bleak picture. It's not all that bad.
No, you're completely wrong on this. I don't want everybody tracking me wherever I'm going around London.
Well, in that case, you might be interested in some rumours I heard. Did you hear that some DedSec hackers have found a way to bypass the Optics connection with Bloom?
Are they actually making it better or usable or actually friendly for anybody?
Well, word on the street is that they've been able to create an encrypted signal, which means that your world might have a chance of becoming a bit more private again, so you could go back and enjoy all the great things about Optic without that fear of surveillance.
With the Optic, privacy's dead.
It's recipes I learn at home. Recipes I cook at home. Recipes that make Sud Cray a home to everyone. Sud Cray, Caribbean food, the Caribbean way. Cryptocurrency accepted.
The bug, nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once free Britain.
Yum, yum.
Hello, Resistance fans. You're listening to the Bug Podcast, the objective voice of objection for this most objectionable world. I am Andy, not my real name, so good luck finding me, Monsieur Bloom. My real name is, in fact, Andrew, and I live in, note this down, a deluded pseudo-reality of my own making, which is in fact the most densely populated place on Earth these days, overcrowded, some might say. Joining me, as always, my next-door neighbour in these Netherlands of nonsense, it's Alice.
Yes, indeed, it is Alice. Alice, who the bleep is Alice? I am not going to tell you that, but you can just sort of sense it from the timbre of my voice.
Let's spin the wheel and find out where we're getting today's news from. Here, it's coming from here. I must get a new wheel with at least one other place on it. And the headline today, Alice, our borders are safe. We can all sleep easy in our well-bordered beds. 4,000 illegals were deported last month. These illegal people breaking the law just by existing. And of course, illegality is contagious. It can osmose through your skin just by standing next to an illegal person. So we've got rid of 4,000 of them. My question for you, Alice, is why only 4,000? Is that really enough? I will not feel safe until at least another 75 million people have been deported from this country, and I'm here in Britain on my own.
As a bleeding heart lefty, Andy, I would normally be outraged about this, but really I think mass deportation is a very handy way to break up with a partner. I'm sorry, baby, I love you, but an anonymous source has reported you for snoring really loudly in a French way.
So everyone out, no exceptions, Alice, not even you. It's for the good of the country. Everyone out, unless you can prove that your family are in the background on the Bayeux Tapestry cheering on King Harold at the Battle of Hastings in 1066. Get out! Actually, that's not British enough. Unless you can show, unarguably, that your direct bloodline is untainted by anything since before the Romans. Actually, scratch that. Unless your direct ancestor was personally responsible for building Stonehenge, get out of my country. I guess when you look at it, you know, the best ways to stop immigration, apart from, obviously, the end of the world, to make the place you want to stop people coming to as unpleasant as possible. So,
well, we absolutely are doing that, Andy.
Well, you know, fair play to the government. For helping us with that. Another option, extend the White Cliffs of Dover. They've been resting on their laurels for too long. Very inefficient, it turns out, as a means of stopping immigration. We need to extend them by about another 11,000 miles, a full wrap around Great Britain, and they could do with being about 1.5 kilometres higher as well, with a special greasy coating to stop people clambering over the top or however they get in. Here's a quick joke for you, Alice, about immigration. Did you hear the one about the woman who went into the immigration processing centre and was ever seen again?
No, Andy, I didn't hear that one.
Boom. Set up, punchline. Classic. For those of you unfamiliar with it, the Immigration Processing Centre is, of course, where so many of our guests go for a more undesirable game of involuntary hide and seek. You're listening to The Blind. Over the years, it's quite possible that all these people are just coming here to try to get...
Auto drive now enabled.
Yes, Andy, certainly as someone who came from the expanded arm of the empire when Britain was still reaching out rather than folding in on itself. Most of us just come here to visit our stuff in the museums.
It's the British way.
Speaking of international movement, Britain has recalled all European ambassadors after a spy scandal. I think this is probably a good thing, because British foreign politicians are always putting their foot in their mouths. How much worse can they do if they're not there? I mean, by definition, the fact that there's a spy scandal means that they were terrible spies. The point of spies is that there's never a spy scandal.
Yeah, but let's give credit to all the spies that haven't been in scandals and therefore might as well not exist.
Well, they've arrested those German spies in that SIRS crackdown on the illegals in Hackney, and I think that's a sad thing. I think I used to think of Germans as quite scary, but that was because I'd been watching World War II movies where the Germans all have English accents. They speak in that very, precise way. It's very, we have ways of making you talk. And now Germans all have that American accent, where it's all like, oh, welcome to the party. We're having a really nice time. They're much friendlier Germans. Let them stay.
Well, that's all today, Bugsters. Remember, it's not as bad as it seems. Honestly. I hope. Until next time, bye-bye.
Welcome back to The Upload. today we're talking about cryptocurrency. Crypto now seems like it's been around forever, but it's really quite a new invention. Were you an early adopter?
I was one of the first that was in this market. There seemed to be a new way of financial transactions, a new way of money. It's something that we could completely reinvent and change some of the legacy financial systems around the world and really give power back to the people.
Yeah, it was a real shift in the way that the world works. Let's recap the basics. So, central to cryptocurrency is the distributed ledger technology, the tech that keeps track of all transactions. And what this means is you can have a decentralized system without having to trust any one party, like old-fashioned banks.
One of the reasons why I got involved so early was that you could stay anonymous.
The features of cryptocurrency very much fit into that early mindset. It was all about finding an alternative to centralized systems. It was kind of a countercultural punk ethos. The whole point of the distributed ledger is you're not trusting any one person to keep a track of who has what money or how they're spending it. It's all out there in the open for anyone to see, and yet you can remain secretive.
But not everybody now wants to keep up this crypto legacy. They don't share this attitude anymore. We've seen institutions, businesses, even governments experimenting with crypto, which doesn't really fit into its original radical counterculture mold.
Yeah, it's kind of weird today to think of people not using cryptocurrency. It's so mainstream now. You know, I'm almost nostalgic for the feel of cash. Good old-fashioned paper and coins.
Yeah, it's never fun being locked up, even when you are doing the right thing.
Good. You're back. Let's go show those oppressive dicks they can't keep us down, yeah?
A few years ago, when the town dropped 10% over the season. People living off bread, stuff, and there.
Let's find this wanker. Drone, initiate search.
Yeah? What do you want?
I heard you've been planting evidence for Albion. Do you feel like coming clean?
If Albion didn't have some serious blackmail on me, I wouldn't be. I either do what they say, or I get fucked.
All right. So, hypothetically, what if that dirt vanished?
If you have a death wish and want to break into Albion and wipe their servers, sure. You do that, and I'll owe you. But don't take offence if I'm not holding out for you.
I say we help her out. She'd be a good addition to our team.
Albion stores sensitive data like this on air-gapped servers, so zeroing those hard drives will solve her problem and put an end to this whole evidence planting scheme.
Beautiful. Send me the coordinates.
Map. Recruits of the North. Photo mode, cross button take photo, L3 button advanced options.
You got anything to declare? Trouble? No problem. Move along now. Great.
Remember when they first introduced crypto cash points?
That was really sneaky. It was a
Auto-drive now
classic
enabled.
startup behaviour. They just installed them everywhere. No consultation with the government, no approval or anything. But people immediately started to use them.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of how Bloom put out the Optic. They just made it free and flooded the streets with these devices. Suddenly everyone had them.
If there's this great option of tech, people are just going to start using it, no matter the cost.
Parliament actually tried to put a stop to the cash points, but people were using them so much already. There was outrage. I mean, some parts of London were already using crypto as their primary currency by then.
And now, apparently, or at least in theory, crypto is illegal.
Yeah, in May this year, economists found that crypto was being traded more than the pound, and banks were not happy. They basically forced the government to ban cryptocurrency in a last-ditch effort to save the pound.
But it's not like that's worked. People are still using crypto, and it's been pushed further, deeper underground. Things used to work fine with crypto, and it was just a peer-to-peer sharing economy-style system. Now it's all on the dark web and wrapped up again in organised crime.
Yeah, if you want to make something thrive on the black market, just make it illegal.
Complex, 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 complex. Dreams, passions, hopes, ambitions. You're complex, so we're complex. Complex. New clothing for the new Britain.
You're listening to The Bug.
Nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once free Britain. Hello, resistors. This is The Bug, keeping the fire of hope alive in the vacuum of today's Britain. Okay, fires don't burn in vacuums. It's a little novelty Christmas light, shaped like a flame, but it's something. It is something to cling to. Joining me, as always, is Alice. And Alice, hold the front page. Technology apparently is here to stay. There's no way around that now. Much as I'd like to go back to the 18th century and see if we can have another crack at the Industrial Revolution and get it less wrong this time. But new tech is creating 4,000 jobs. Count them all, 4,000 new jobs, thanks to this new tech investment.
I mean, that's a very exciting thing if you're someone who wants to work in the tech sector, but I can only assume that this tech investment has created 4,000 jobs that will immediately be taken by robots.
Even if they're not, there'll be jobs that no one in their right, sane mind would actually want to do, but that's the price of progress, I guess. And we have to embrace the way technology is taking over everything, because maybe this is a ray of hope for us, Mr. Darwin, because that technology will, in fact, render us all obsolete, and we won't need humans at all, because look at the bad things that are happening now. What is the common denominator behind all of it?
I don't know, Andy, tell me.
All the bad things that are happening now, all the bad things that have ever happened, all involved human beings. They're always involved whenever anything goes wrong from the very dawn of time. And think of this, an automated Nigel Cass, surely a step up from the human Nigel Cass. You could even program it to have a tiny, tiny sliver of conscience. And if you had an automated Prime Minister, you could program it to be occasionally in the goddamn country. So that's, again, it's a step forward.
Again, I insist that there's never been a Prime Minister, Andy. I've never seen him, I've never heard of him. The only times I ever hear what the Prime Minister does is when nothing happens.
I mean, it has reached the point where, and I've thought this for a long time, we would be better off if the Prime Minister was a watermelon. No, it would be. I think we'd all be happy with that. We'd all know where we stood.
You hear him being praised for his diplomatic skills all the time, but the best mark of diplomacy is when nothing happens. So good diplomacy is indistinguishable from him doing absolutely nothing.
You are listening to The Bar. 4,000 new dream jobs for everyone. All I can say, Alice, is that I'm very glad that my children studied drama at school, because that has set them up for life in modern Britain. That is the one core skill they need, the ability to pretend that they are living happy and fulfilled lives, that they have jobs that are worth doing, and that they're making the planet a better place, and that they control their own destinies, and that they have even a parody of a private life, and that they can smile without crying. That's what drama teaches them to do. Crucial skills in this day and age. Of course, it's not just the jobs that have been technologicalised beyond all recognition. It is also all reality. Thanks once again to Optic. According to Bloom, the Optic system is now the most secure it's ever been. And, well, of course, I mean, it's so convenient, Optic, isn't it? It saves us so much time and hassle trying to exist in a kind of realm of reality. We don't even need to bother with that. I mean, sure, the government has hacked into my soul and now basically monitors my every waking moment and thought. But at least I don't have to type, where's my nearest coffee shop, into a search engine. At least I don't have to waste anything between 8 and 12 seconds every day going online to look up how to make a bowl of muesli. And at least I'm not frittering away my precious mental energies thinking, what do I actually think?
Optic is so secure, Andy. It's more secure than a teenage girl reading a women's magazine. It's more secure than a comedian with a drinking problem. It's more secure than a young man who's just got his first motorcycle licence.
Finally, before we go today, bug off to the Prime Minister, who has once again FRO'd to who knows where this week. He sure as hell is not here in London. I remember back in the day, Alice, when our Prime Ministers were either incompetent
Auto
or
drive
crooked,
now disabled.
but not both at once.
Albion has security locked down, but you can bet it's got more holes in it than Julius Caesar. Hack the server to access the blackmail material they have on our friend.
You've got a sudden urge to turn on all your mates. got a sudden urge to turn on all your mates.
You can access the blackmail material Albion has on our friend from this server.
You've got a sudden urge to turn on all your mates.
They've noticed you. Security's on their way.
You've got a sudden urge to turn on all your mates.
Erase complete. I'll get our friend on the line while you get to safety.
There's no winning, mate.
Seems like Albion had very clear CCTV footage of our prospect sticking up a betting shop. Emphasis on had because it's gone now. They'll have to find someone else to plant their false evidence.
Pretty clever, ain't ya? Let's give her the good news. DedSec got rid of all the dirt Albion had on you. They won't be bothering you no more.
So you saw it then? I won't apologise for the shit I had to do at a bad point in my life. But I do owe ya.
Hey, we could always use more people in DedSec. You want to join the party?
Fuck yeah, sign me up.
DedSec's getting stronger, smarter and sexier. Welcome to the team.
Hell yes! I'm ready to get my hands dirty with you lot.
Brilliant!
Fucking drone!
Current location.
What now?
Hang on, I'm scanning every single government employee schedule for evidence of a cover-up. It takes oh, never mind, I'm done. Ah, here we are. A high-ranking Albion officer met a medium-ranking public health official on a boat in the middle of the Thames, right around when our contact got sick.
Get you, Bagsy. Do you think that boat might have a surveillance system we could have a little
Missions
peek at?
L1 button switch tab left, R1 button switch tab right, cross button track, square button view in team, directional buttons prev/next.
Not just any
Auto
old
drive
poll,
now
I should say
enabled.
that. This is not any poll. This is an official poll, right in the very heart of government. It's not a knock-off fake poll of an elderly couple and their mangy old dog sitting on a bench waiting to die. This is an official poll. So let's just put those words "official poll" through an online translator in case you didn't study languages. Let's find out what it actually means. Made up lie. There we go. Got to clear that up. I think it's fair to say entirely trust these official polls they feed us, Alice. I mean, they could publish an official poll saying that over 99.9% of children like ice cream, and I would instantly assume that all children now hate all ice cream and would prefer to eat a bucket of gravel mixed with dead badger. They could publish an official poll saying that 10 out of 10 cats prefer cat food to being whacked with a tennis racket, and I would assume that all cats have gone vegan and were queuing up outside Wimbledon meowing, "Choose me, choose me."
I trust these polls as much as I trust someone recommending a movie that they watched during a breakup. Your judgment is impaired, Sally. I'll make my own decisions.
I trust those polls as much as I would trust Mary Kelly if she came up to me and said, "Congratulations, Andy, you've just won a free holiday to the south of France in the back of this windowless van."
I think official polls are like the unsolicited dick pics that the government provides us. I didn't ask for it, I don't believe it, it's on an angle, you've artificially inflated it ahead of time, and anyone that falls for one deserves all the disappointment of trying to match it to reality. These polls are absolute rubbish, Andy. I read one the other day that said the plumbing in London was good, and it absolutely is not. I mean, we have this technology now where they can spy on my every bowel movement. There's a CTOS camera installed inside my underwear drawer. A media drone is scaring the birds off my garden bird feeder, and you can't get me consistently hot water.
Speaking of media drones, I mean, they're everywhere, clearly. The great thing, I guess, about media drones is that, as inanimate robots, they actually have more humanity, compassion and dignity than the human journalists we used to have to put up with, and a much more accurately calibrated moral compass. But it's the intrusion I can't stand, Alice. I'm in showbiz. Look at me here in this windowless dungeon. I'm in showbiz, and it's terrible for me, all these drones, knowing I'm being filmed all the time, every day. I have to make sure I've done my hair and makeup and not wearing clothes I've never worn before. But we all have crosses to bear.
At this point, they've installed so many CTOS cameras, I'm not sure where they'll put the new ones. On top of the old ones, just cameras watching other cameras, like a social media influencer so self-absorbed they don't know how to sleep without turning it into monetized content.
I think that's the logical end of all society, isn't it? Where just everything has just become a camera filming another camera. To be honest, I've just given up on all news and reality now, Alice. I just, in fact, I now just make up my own headlines these days. I get a piece of paper and a pen.
The boat is moored nearby. You should be able to scrape some onboard surveillance data if you get close.
All right, I got it.
There's the boat where the meeting took place. You can scrape the data from here.
Sending you the data.
I'll scrub through for evidence of the cover-up while you get out of there.
infrastructure.
Right? What do we have, Bags?
That was quite the sinister conversation they had. Have a listen.
Next time you move ordnance that contain biohazardous materials through Clan Kelly's black market, make sure people don't die, okay? I don't want to have to cover this up for you again.
There's no wiggling out of that. All on tape. Right. We better clean up the rest of this waste before we go.
Pushing you the location of the toxic ordnance now.
And then suddenly all the chickens came home to roost. Nobody could find any receipts for what was paid for. Nobody could figure out how things were done, but everybody had a feeling that something really stunk, and they couldn't figure it out. And yet, it was standing there in their face the whole time. So there's a couple of different ways that we got where it is that we are. I mean, one, you have a lot of smaller organizations, smaller power groups, companies as well, who are bending things just a little. Oh, we'll compromise a little bit, we'll bend the rules a little bit, and try to achieve what it is that we hope to achieve that's good for us. And if you add all of that up, what you end up with is a big wall moving in a big way. From a lot of little buttons being pushed. But also there's this other thing that's going on here is the gathering of data and the analysis of data has authoritarianism contained within its DNA. It is by its nature a tool for authoritarianism, and it has been used in it.
How does big data look into our lives? James covered it for the pre-crisis press.
We're starting to see the merger of private data and that with data held by the state into what are called social credit systems. This is where every aspect of your behaviour is monitored and totted up by a central system to sort of score you as a person, a bit like a credit card, but predicated on all of your behaviour rather than just the money you're spending. And this can have profound impact. We're starting to see systems emerge which will punish you and stop you from doing things in society based on your behaviours. And this can be as trivial as if you jaywalk, if you cross the road in the wrong place, you might lose points. If you do some community activities or help your neighbours, you might earn points. And then this can be used to sort of evaluate you as a person. And this could mean, for example, better travel privileges, being able to travel first class, or being denied from travelling first class to not being allowed to travel at all. These systems are very real and very possible because of all of the data that is now held on us.
So if your ears are burning and you think someone might be watching you, you're probably right. They're watching all of us. I'm Tash, and you've been listening to Buccaneer. Keep listening, keep sharing the show, and keep it encrypted. They're watching us, but we're watching you too.
Coming up in today's episode of The Upload, we're talking about how Bagley managed to conquer London. Pretty much my favourite topic. I could talk for hours about the rise of the AI system. It's easy to forget about its origins. It's so present everywhere we go now. Bagley just kind of blends into the background.
Bagley is the service AI that's present in every optic device. Whether you're using the Optic, Bagley will be there. The AI is streamed to your Optic from Bloom's central command center, and it was first created by Sky Larson,
My
our
nipple
tech hero,
hurts. What the
as
fuck
part
happened
of
to
her
my nipple?
techno-utopian idea for the world. Why do you think it grew so quickly?
In my mind, it's no surprise that Bagley became so popular. It's funny, useful, fast. It's a great companion and really just makes life so much easier. I mean, when you look back at all the service AIs that used to exist, they just can't compete. When you ask Bagley anything, there's a quick answer and loads of information available to you. One day, I let Bagley answer all of my messages for a whole 24 hours, and no one even noticed the difference.
The other competitors really just couldn't compete with Bagley. Their answers were so much worse, they didn't understand anything, and Bagley pretty much gets everything right first time. Do you have any idea why Bagley really beat all the competition?
Well, it's really the data, isn't it? Ever since Broker hooked up with Bloom, that's when things changed.
And really, that's not actually that great. Bloom has data on everybody. They collect information about everything you're doing across the web through your Optic headset. Isn't the AI only good because of Bloom's surveillance?
Well, I suppose so, but I prefer not to talk about that side of things. Bagley is so special because it's been trained on this huge cache of information. That's how these AI systems work, or at least used to work. I mean, we don't really know that much about the latest version because there's so much secrecy around the tech. But they're given this huge amount of training data. It's basically a huge database that's used to teach the AI about patterns in behavior. You know, so if you always travel the same way to your house, it can predict when you're going to go and get a self-driving car ready for you before you even ask for it.
That's pretty terrifying. In some ways, I don't want this data to drive my life. It understands too much at times. Have you heard some of the rumours around the hacked version of Bagley?
I've heard mutterings, yes.
I've heard it's been used by DedSec.
I wouldn't put it past them. It's pretty well known that they're not fans of Bloom. But the idea of a souped-up version of Bagley, given it's already so intelligent, is a bit terrifying.
I wonder what they could actually make it do.
Today, we're going to talk to you about Albion.
Why they found me already? No! Scanning. Yeah, move on. Come see me for more information. Watch your pictures. Yeah, I'm not looking for trouble, pal. Oh, really? You don't want trouble. submit my report to the processing centre. Control.